Hey guys, no flash fried clips this week because Scotty's out of town, but you will get this 15-minute preview of Dank, Dungeons, and Drunken Dragons, episode number 3. If you want to see the whole thing, you got to become a patron, but you can at least get this 15-minute burst of awesomeness for no charge. It's on the house.
All right, welcome everybody to the 3rd episode of Dank, Dungeons, and Drunken Dragons. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Wow.
Make a little peek behind my DM.
I'm just trying to.
Trying to get a peek behind my DM screen, Scotty?
What's going on over here? What's going on over there, Paul?
I see Paul's plan. What's going on over here is pain. So, without further ado, we jump right back into it where we left off last time. In fact, tonight's session picks up the exact moment that the last session ends. As all of you are walking out into the light from the ruined dwarven fortress of Kuldaraz after having been foiled by Gimlek yet again. The light, as you walk towards the door, you notice it's unnaturally bright, letting you know that you've been underground for some time, maybe even days at this point, unconscious, at the mercy of Gimlek's imaginary throngs. And as you walk out into the light, you're all blinded by it. You shield your eyes from the light, and as your eyes focus in on the landscape around you, what you expect to be open woodland and field is actually a field of spears, all pointed directly at you. Soldiers at the ready. And you hear a voice. Hold where you are, please. No one move unless you want to taste the business end of one of those spears, eh? And before you, the sea of spears parts.
Stop moving.
And walking up to you, you see the very familiar foppish form of Sordo Snoot Esquire and his giant bodyguard Brutus. He's dressed again in a different outfit, a traveler's outfit with a safari helmet and a big feathered plume. And he walks up to you and he surveys all of you and he says, Gimlek, come out wherever you are. And after that he claps twice and says, Brutus, the oculus ocularum. Brutus reaches into his pocket, produces a small leather case and hands Snoot a monocle, beautifully adorned with pearls and rubies and diamonds and jewels. The lens looks to be made of ruby glass, and you can see even from where you are that there's a large jagged crack through the center of it. And as Brutus hands this monocle to Snoot, he says, Sir, I need not remind you that you've only got 1 or 2 uses of the oculus left. The lens is badly cracked. Snoot says, I know, Brutus, I know. But I have a feeling our quarry is among us.
No.
And he puts the lens up to his eye, and he looks at each of you intently. And you can see the glass in there glows with a hot redness as he looks. He stares at each of you. And then you hear a tink from the glass, and another little crack appears, and he puts it down and he says, Unfortunate. I see my quarry has escaped me yet again. I was expecting one or all of you to be Gimlek, to be sure. You see, after I left you, and you so rudely left me behind without a word, I went to the place where we were supposed to meet. And do you know what I found? Anyone want to guess?
Not us.
The body of one Constable Sheriff Galvin, drained of all life, along with a bartender from the little inn in Mosswater.
Fuck.
Truly the hallmark of the one known as Gimlek. I'm assuming now that all pretenses can be dropped. I am not a man that chases after artifacts, but a man that chases after beings. And the being that I am chasing, I think you're all intimately familiar with, yes?
I'd say so at this point.
Yeah.
We've been given Gimlet's blessing, as you can see.
I can see you've been touched by Gimlek. This artifact here, and he holds up the monocle, is another of his dubious blessings. You see, he enjoys sprinkling these little tools around, but usage of them also comes at a very high price. A very high price indeed, as I'm sure all of you have learned. Did he perhaps give you any clue as to which direction he was heading in next?
North. He was heading north.
Shut up, I ain't fucking
Fool.
telling him.
Are you sure you should be just spouting that
He's
shit?
going west, I think. I heard him say. To the west he goes.
Thank you,
Who
Mr.
can-
Svensson, for being the only one among you
What a fool you are.
who's willing to be truthful at a time like this. Do you not know that I'm not opposed to you? Have I not tried to help you along the way? Could I not have you run through with these spears at a moment's notice?
Uh-huh.
It's not your blood that I want, boy.
Alright, listen. We all know that you're fucking Gimlek. Playing another trick, so just cut the bullshit. What do you want?
How do you know we're not? How do we know you're not Gimlet?
All I know is that
Also,
there's
you're
spears.
taking
How do
Gimlet
we-
at his word. Gimlet
He
said
is
go north.
Gimlek, dude.
You said Gimlet is going to go. Gimlet told us he's going to go north. Gimlet is not predictable. Why would Gimlet tell us where he's going? It doesn't make any sense. It defies
This
Gimlet.
dude is Gimlek.
All I know
I'm
is
just
that
saying.
there's
I'm
spears.
calling
How do
it
we
out.
know you're not Gimlet?
Gentlemen,
Gimlek.
ladies, please, can we be civilized? Must we yell at each other like a bunch of baboons in the forest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I have in my possession the means for you to know the truth of my being.
Yeah, but what if that's an illusion too?
Mr. Svensson may be the smartest among you. The answer to that will be, you'll just have to trust me. Did Gimlek appear in my countenance before you? Is this why you are
Yes.
suspicious?
Gimlet came before us with an army of soldiers, similar to as you are appearing now.
Yes, yes.
Similar
indeed.
circumstances.
I see. Then allow me to share a little information about my quarry with you, something that may elucidate something about the being known as Gimlek to you. As I said, I found the corpse of one Constable Sheriff Galvin in the woods at the place where I was supposed to meet you at our last meeting. Gimlek, in order to maintain the form of someone for a long period of time, must kill them and drain them of all life. Now, he may appear briefly as anyone he wants, anyone that he has touched or met or shaken hands with. But in order to maintain the form for long periods of time, he must consume the body and soul of the host. This is something that I know about him from the long years I've spent chasing him across these lands. And if he's heading to the north, he points, and as you can see along the horizon, a shimmering heat. He says, then he's gone to the Bladed Desert. To the north, the only city worth visiting is the shining jewel of Al-Hawaz, in the center of the Bladed Desert. And unfortunately for me, it is where my pursuit ends, because no man walks into the Bladed Desert that does not know its ways. I would risk all these men's life to chase him any further. I've chased him out of the lands that I am in charge of, and from here, I go alone. Thank you so much. Is there anything else I can do for you?
If you let us live, we'll go across the Bladed Desert for you.
Don't speak for the group.
I will. Fuck them.
An interesting proposition. A suicide mission, almost to be sure. But I suppose I could sanction a small group of adventurers with experience to traipse across the Bladed Desert to their death and suffer no repercussions to myself. And if you should be successful, why then I could provide help at the area you reconnoiter. I could send troops. I could send supplies, you see?
How the hell are you going to send supplies if no one can get through the desert?
I said, no one but the traders and the peoples of the sand that know those ways, yes? Mm-hmm. If there is a large city at the center of this desert, surely people must be able to travel to and from it.
Hook up with a caravan.
I would be willing to make an offer as well. Since you have successfully chased Gimlek to the north, out of my jurisdiction, I could put into your custody the Oculus Ocularum, which would allow you to see the true nature of any being. From my estimation, it has 2, perhaps 3 uses left. That would aid you in your quest, no?
Well, yeah.
If it is Gimlick, there must be a reason for this. I trusted in Gimlick, so you know what? I'm gonna go on this quest. It appears that we don't really have much of a choice.
It's either that or we die.
Huh? Maybe
I
we'll
like
just
the way
die
we're
then.
not dead.
Alright, well, we're probably gonna die in the fucking desert anyway. Yeah, I guess we might as well see what's in the desert.
At least die walking.
But I want those glasses.
Which of you will be the custodian of the Oculus Ocularum?
I'll take the rubies, ocularum thingamajig. Yeah, give it to him. Give it to him. Yes.
All right. There are some stores that we travel with that you can resupply yourselves at if you need be. They have a small selection of items that I will provide to you at no cost. But other than that, I can provide no help. This is an unsanctioned action, you see. So should word of this get back to me, I never met you. I don't know who you are. And in fact, I don't mean to be rude, but after the chase you've given me, I'm not as friendly as last time. I'm hoping that's the way that this turns out. I'm hoping that the 4 of you end up a bunch of forgotten mummies in the desert. Now, will you attend the stores? I will also allow you to camp here tonight with us before we go along our way. You will be allowed to speak to my soldiers and travel the camp at will. Yes, you will be treated as commanding officers. Huh?
Alright, sounds good.
Great.
Alright.
Very good. Brutus, will you see about a tent being set up for the lady? Make it the same size as these gentlemen's tents, but spruce it up a bit for her. She's very nice. The rest of them, a standard soldier's tent will do. Thank you. Brutus turns and
I want
leaves.
the princess tent.
Shut your mouth, you.
Of course you would, Blovius.
I abided your jibes earlier, but now your mouth means nothing to me. You will be a mummy in the desert, as I said, in a day's time. Maybe 2. Perhaps, if you're lucky. Now, I will leave you now to attend to my own belongings and personal effects. You will find the stores and the camp beyond, and as I say, you will not be molested in any way as you walk amongst my troops. You will be treated as I am. Yes? Goodbye. And he turns with a swish, throws his cape over his shoulder, and strides into his gloriously decorated pink tent in the center of the camp.
I want a cape.
How you
Pretty
smell?
fucking cool.
The soldiers pointing their spears at you when he walks away, all and turn to attention and part, making a road to the camp for you to walk.
Go to the camp. Onwards to the camp.
All right, so you walk to the camp. You see a big central tent that you assume is Snoot's command tent. You see Brutus standing by a central fire pit. You see soldiers milling about, going about their business, sharpening swords, repairing armor, preparing to pick up camp the next day and move along. Bustling with business. You see a wagon with goods spilling out the back of it that you assume is the stores. And you are free to do as you wish while you're in camp here.
Well, let's go to the store. Let's get resupplied first then.
All right, so you find the store is managed by a very taciturn soldier, and it's got some very, very rudimentary items, lengths of rope, lamp oil, torches, any kind of like little small utility item that you can think of, and you were told that you could take what you needed for free. So if there's an item that you want that fits that bill, let me know, and you can just add it to your inventory now.
How about a compass?
A compass would be fine. Yes, there would be a compass that you could purchase.
So,
Well, not purchase. You can take a compass.
so compass. Okay. You said rope as well.
I think one of you has rope, but you can take
I have
rope
a
if you'd
rope.
like. So,
I'll take a rope.
okay.
Yeah.
How about some backpacks?
Yes, you could if you wanted a backpack to hold more. I don't really know what you'd use it for though. We're kind of in this game. It's kind of a magic bag that you all have.
Yeah,
that's endlessly,
right.
you know.
Kind
So.
of like an inventory in an RPG.
I mean, if you can think of a
Also-
reason why you want to have one, go for it. Because a backpack can be used for other things other than.
How much
holding
does
shit.
your rope weigh?
I don't have a weight for my rope.
Don't worry about weight.
Alright.
Like I said, we're using the
We're not gonna
magic
fuck
bag
it.
mentality. As long as it's not retarded, you guys are carrying
If you
it
have
fine.
lantern oil, can I get the lantern and the oil?
Yeah, if you want a lantern and some oil for the
So I have a
lantern,
lantern,
you
so
can do that.
I'll get some lantern oil.
Okay, so get some oil for your lantern. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna get a lantern. as
Any
well.
other items in there besides that? Like anything else? Or any tools of any kind?
Yeah, what kind of tools? Ask me and I'll tell you.
Just like anything that you could use to, like, I don't know, like pry open things or
Like a
break
pry
things.
bar or something?
Like
sure.
a crowbar or something.
Yeah, something like that, like a pry bar.
Yeah, go ahead and get some.
I'll carry that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Sure.
Can
Do-
I get a cape with a hood?
You want a traveler's cape?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a traveler's cloak that
Okay.
you could fashion to fit your smaller frame.
May I have one too?
Yeah, a traveler's cloak. It's just going to be very dark colored, nothing fancy about it, just a cloak with a hood.
How about some water skins or something? We're going.
Well, you guys have Gimleck's decanter, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
Mine's
fill
filled
that
with
with
water.
whatever you want.
Mine was filled with water anyway.
You can also do that here. They would have a various selection of brandies and whiskeys and wines for the soldiers, as well as water.
We're going to the desert and water then, yeah.
So you're gonna fill yours with water, water,
I already filled mine before.
chocolate milk.
Yeah, sorry, it has chocolate milk.
Well, you can put something else in it if
Yeah,
you want.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, there's our food supply, chocolate milk.
I'll do water.
Okay, so you've all got an endless basic spring of water as long as
Wait,
you're near
can I
one another.
take soup in it? In the decanter?
You could take soup.
Can
in
I
it.
have like SpaghettiOs or something?
It would have to be something that could fit through that. So it would have to be like a broth. There's like no noodles or anything
No
that are gonna
noodles.
fit
Oh,
down.
yeah.
It's for liquids only.
Damn.
Yeah, do we need to eat? Is there any food supplies we need to get? Or is that something
That is up to
Oh,
you guys.
the
You guys
water.
could get some traveling food supplies. I
Tomato
kind of
soup?
What was that?
Tomato soup.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know that they don't have any.
No loopholes.
But yeah, you guys could take. They would have like soldiers' rations.
Okay.
So each of you.
So I'll just
but
put rations.
since we've been doing it this way, don't even write it down. You assume that you've got rations to eat.
Okay, okay.
Because I don't want to
Alright,
deal
we're
with
overanalyzing this. This is, I mean,
All right.
Okay.
Anything else? Tools, sundries.
Wedges, door wedges. You know, like to put underneath doors.
They're not going to be traveling with door wedges.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know he's wanted one in the last one too.
Carpentry.
So
Stevie's obsessed with door.
he wants a door wedge. in the
Door
worst
wedge.
way.
Those things are so freaking useful.
Soldier, is there a door wedge here?
What? So yes.
Can
Anything
steal
else?
one.
Okay, so you guys are still free now to make camp. So remember, there are Brutus is in the camp, Snoot is in the camp. There are soldiers around. You can meet and
How many
plan amongst
soldiers
yourselves.
are
How
there?
many soldiers are there?
Enough to cover your asses and then some. I mean, it's a traveling retinue of
It's like 50 to
Snoot.
50 to 100.
50 to 100 soldiers
Okay.
easily in the camp.
Okay.
So if we're going on this quest, maybe try to figure out some more information. Like, you talk to Brutus, see if he's going to tell us anything. I mean, he might seem like a brute, but I mean, obviously, if Snoop would trust him, there's got to be something going on in his head.
I remember Brutus was challenging Meredith earlier, so maybe she could question him or something.
It's true. That might be to our advantage.
We gotta intimidating. So
All
sure.
right.
I'll
So
go
you
on
see
to-
Brutus is standing around, kind of ordering people around, and just his usual dour self.
Hey Brutus.
He doesn't even look at you.
Hey Brutus.
He says, "You there? That crate of swords in the back.
Hey, you big fucking oaf.
Shut your fucking mouth."